walk up here. You can show me some of your favorite features on the truck. We're here today with Mr. Chad Smith from Upper Sandusky, Ohio. He is the owner of STS Transit. Thanks for making the trip out to see us, man.
Well, thanks for having me.
We saw you recently up at Rantoul, and like every show that you put your truck and trailer in, it caught our attention, and we wanted to feature it for this year's GBATS live stream. So I know you're as busy as any of us, probably busier than a lot, but it means a lot that you took time out to make the trip and film with us. Thank you for that.
Well, we're excited to be a part of it.
Oh yeah. Tell us a little bit about STS. You know, how'd you guys get your start? What are you doing today? Any breaking news or anything you want to share about the company?
Well, STS started actually in the 80s. Dad, my dad and mom, they started a trucking company.
Right.
Actually, Dad worked for his dad, my grandfather, for a while, and developed a relationship with the Lubeck Glass Company. And in fact, my dad and I were talking about it just recently, and we've been with the Lubecks for 48 years. But he started his own company in the 80s and built it up until 2013, where my wife and I purchased the company from my parents and continued the relationship with the Lubecks. It's all been a long-term relationship built on a handshake.
Oh yeah, hey, that's unheard of this day and age.
Yes.
You know, business relationships like that's just based on each other's word and good service, priceless.
It is, and it's, you know, we can't be who we are without them, and from the generation I'm working with, they feel the same way about us.
That's awesome, man. Count yourself lucky. That's a great story.
We feel blessed.
Now you guys are primarily in dumps. You run around the Ohio and Louisville, Kentucky regions, kind of stay in that realm?
Yes, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, a fair amount of Indiana, and a little bit of Alabama. We service 2 of the Lubeck's recycling facilities, one in Ohio and one in Kentucky. We occasionally branch out to their one in Pennsylvania, but my uncle actually does most of the transportation for them in that facility.
I see. Well, I imagine if you're like most of us, you've probably been riding shotgun in these trucks since you was knee high. Tell us how you kind of got your start and decided you wanted to stick it out in trucking.
Great question. When I was younger, I started greasing trailers when I was 8 years old, but I kind of fell away from trucking a little bit. At the time, Dad had 4 trucks. Gosh, watched him struggle, you know, when there wasn't enough work, and going out finding flatbed work to do and some other stuff. We were living in Pennsylvania at the time. That was before they built the facility in Ohio. And yeah, we'd go and ride with Dad, but really had no interest in doing it. It just, in school, I had interest in computers and math, science, stuff like that. And in my senior year, right before my senior year of high school, we moved to Ohio. The Lubecks had built that facility, and Dad was offered exclusive hauling out of it. And at that point, I went to work at the glass plant. Right. After school and on Saturdays, and they put me running a front end loader. So I was loading all these trucks, and I'd go over and work for Dad part time, and it started to develop my interest in it. And it was really funny. One day I was going to diesel school. I graduated high school. I was still working at the Lubecks, and Dad looked at me one day and he says, "Are you ever going to come to work for me?"
He finally just had to say it.
Oh, he did. He did. Which when I was 16, I wanted to work for him, and he told me no. He said I had to go work for somebody else first to develop.
A lot of families do that.
Yep.
I think it's smart. Yeah.
And it did. It did. You know, when I started working for the Lubecks, I developed the interest in this type of work.
Well, it looks like you're about to get the hang of it.
A couple more years, I'll have it down.
I know you guys got a very successful business, so hats off. Tell me about the 2019 Pete. The truck speaks for itself. I can't wait to show you all the interior, but you got a 2019 Pete and a 2020 Mack trailer.
Yes.
Okay.
The truck, we actually had it was going to be the 100th truck that was purchased since Dad started buying his own trucks. So I wanted to do something special, and I had a glider kit ordered. Right. And that was when the government cracked down a bit. They limited the amount of glider kits, and my order got shuffled out. I had 4 ordered, and I got shuffled back, and I kind of gave up. I wasn't going to do something special for the 100th because I still had to update equipment, and I saw this truck. It was sitting on a lot at Hunter's Truck Sales in Pennsylvania.
I see.
And it was the white, had the blue frame, and they had put this stripe on.
I see.
And I fell in love with it. I thought this, because I had a plum crazy purple truck ordered.
Right.
And I did not envision these colors until I saw it, and I thought, man, that could be it.
To find a truck with these specs, wheelbase, this color frame, that was
on a
meant to
lot.
be. The day you spotted that, I feel like it was a sign from above.
Yep. And
Purchase me.
Yeah, and it was a dealership that I had a long time relationship with, and I saw it and I thought, man, that.
Right on. So how's she spec'd out? Is it, I'm going to take a guess, Cummins power?
Yes.
Cummins?
605 Cummins, 13 speed, 300-inch wheelbase, 342 rears, I think. It's set up how I would order one.
605, I mean, that's as big as it gets. She does a fine job, I'm sure. You know, all these emission engines, I mean, they do take a bad rap, and we all wish it was back to the old days, but these later models are actually getting to where a guy can make a living with them and survive.
Yeah,
they have came a long ways, like 2016, 17, 18, and
since
19.
the X15s, I think, we got, when I first purchased the company off of Dad, we had a real tough time with some emission trucks. And that's when we went to gliders. And I've got a fleet of glider kits. But the last 4 trucks that we've purchased have been X15s, and they're really, I think they're really doing well.
Yeah. Well, let's walk up here. You can show me some of your favorite features on the truck.
The STS, the step plates that are custom made from.
Yep. You did the strapless breathers, and then I haven't seen this octagon, I guess is what you'd call that pattern.
Yes.
That's really unique. I know we offer them, but I haven't seen a lot of them like out on the road.
And I wouldn't have done octagon. That was one of the other things the Hunters had done. They had an octagon grill in this.
Yeah.
And I wanted to match the air cleaners. In fact, every truck that we buy, one of the first things we do is chop these air cleaners. And we learned how to do that on one of your how-to videos.
Yeah. That goes way back. I bet we did that how-to 15 years ago. Hey, I'm going to call this a cheap trick, but this is something you guys undoubtedly fabricated on the fly that really looks nice, covering up all the nasty wiring and everything.
Yeah, I like how that came out, especially with the lowered mirror brackets. And without one of the first things we did was pull the spot mirrors off because I didn't like how they looked. And then I couldn't see out of the mirrors. So
for sure.
We got the lowered mirror brackets for it.
Went with the kind of the cab light theme throughout. That works really well.
Yeah. We ran with it. It had the cab lights up there when I bought the truck, and generally when I order a truck, I order with no lights, and we put penny lights up there to keep it real smooth. But I think it really worked on this truck.
I like how you kept a certain amount of shine, but like you not only painted the visor and the door chops, but your windshield trim, wiper arms. Man, it really works with this white color. Looks good.
Thank you.
Coming on around, you got the mitered in bumper. What is that, a 20-inch?
Yes, 20-inch miter end. We did, last year I didn't have the lift bumper on it, and I got real close a couple times. And so I went ahead and bought the lift bumper kit to get it up if I go in someplace to deliver and it doesn't look just quite right.
Kind of a must-have when you're jumping curbs and getting off-road here and there.
Yep.
So you got the headwinds headlights on double J brackets. That's a really cool feature that you don't see on a lot of 389s.
Yeah, I like that. I don't necessarily mind the factory headlights, but man, I really like a double round, or we've got a couple that we've put, change the lights out.
Gives it a lot more of a classic
character
look, which goes with your overall theme. More custom billet work here that you had done for you. It's a full emission truck, so you got the big slip cover over here covering up your burner box and everything.
Yep, absolutely. Everything's
full stainless. Man, that looks sharp.
Thank you. It came out really well. We put a drop kit on that too to lower that box cover down.
Your cab cowl panels got the lights drilled in it all the way around?
Yeah, actually we fabricated panels up in behind there. They're not in the panels.
Okay, no, you added them on?
We did. Yeah, we went ahead and went up and behind and went deeper with them, I guess.
Who made your step plates for you?
Lifetime Ligaments.
That's what I thought. It looks like some of their good work.
Yeah, they do a great job. They did the grill emblem also.
Yep, JR and the boys up there, they know what they're doing. 8-inch pipes, West Coast turnouts. You don't see a lot of these on 2019 389 emission trucks.
No, you don't, but man, I really like them.
I dig them, they're sharp.
Thanks.
Polished out tanks, and I'm thinking one of these has got to be a split tank to run your end dump, right?
Yep, this is a split tank, but then that eye panel came from Chrome Shop.
Yeah, this all flows with your airbag cover, shock box, and that. That looks really sharp. You guys have somebody around you do the painting? Do you do it yourself?
Mikey from Woods Rod and Custom. He is dating my cousin. He's going to end up being part of the family. He's dragging his feet on asking, and I imagine this might help. But he does a great job. He's got a shop in Freeport, Pennsylvania. First thing I ever had him do, I sent these fenders to him. I told him what I wanted, and he hand laid these stripes out on the fenders, and they just came out amazing.
Oh yeah, he's a top hand. Those look great. And then I see you put the stone film on the front of it, keep it from getting all peppered up.
We didn't do that for a while, and I thought, man, I was playing with fire.
That's the best invention they ever came out with. Are these FiberTech fenders?
These are FiberTech fenders.
Well, they look good. There again, you got the Roadworks hub covers in there, stainless.
Yes, I love those. They really make a wheel stand out.
I like kind of the thin lip here instead of the big heavy covers the sidewall
I
of the
do
tire.
too. I don't like them dropping down too far.
Yep. And then you get back here, also fiberglass or metal?
No, I had a fiberglass bumper on it last year. I didn't like it. I spent this winter, I fabbed that rear bumper myself.
No kidding. Hey, man, good job.
I like dabbling a little in a little bit of welding, and I thought I'm just going to make what I want.
Yeah. So is this steel then?
It is steel.
Right on. Yeah. Hey, it's built to last.
It should be.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks good. You loaded that sucker up with lights, flaps all the way across.
It takes 2 men and a boy to lift it on there.
I'm sure it does, yeah. But like I said, when it's done living its life on this truck, you can move it to the next one probably.
It should be just fine.
Yeah. So, 2020 Mack trailer, how long is it?
39 foot.
39 foot?
39 foot, 60-inch sides, 10-2 spread.
Not your typical trailer with the painted and striped bottom here.
Well,
equipped with LED lighting as well.
When we talked about the trailer, Mikey looked at me and said, "What do you think about painting the floor?" I just kind of started laughing. I said, whatever you think. And I didn't think he was serious, and we got to talking more about it and decided to do it. As we were doing it, Cole's my right-hand guy when it comes to customizing and working on the truck. He's got more time in this than I do. But we were sitting there watching Mikey paint.
Yeah.
And I looked at Cole and I said, "This might be the coolest and the dumbest thing we've ever done." So we laid a lot of paint up overhead.
Yeah, you know, without the painted bottom, it's truly a custom trailer, but this makes it way custom. It's a super nice touch, man. It just takes it to the next level. I mean, everything here is polished out.
Yep,
100%.
we had actually Evan from Evan's Detailing came.
Yeah,
He did all the polishing on the trailer.
Man, a polisher that starts on a trailer like this has got commitment, because when you start, you got to finish, and it's going to be a few days later when you finish.
We did it in. He got to my shop on a Sunday. We started Sunday night. We worked Monday and Tuesday. By Tuesday night, it was done, and he had done the tanks and the grill on the truck. So we were trying to prep for Louisville this year.
He wasn't letting no grass grow.
No, we worked long days, and I had 2 of my guys committed to it. Josh, my mechanic, and Cole, and then Evan had one of his guys with him. And
I'm sure you all learned a lot from Evan that week.
Oh, we did. We did. He's great.
Yeah. Now everything here, like this, was all factory from Mack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they build a top shelf trailer, so I figured it was.
They do. The only thing we did is we enclosed in some of the back of that. We built plates. We plated off the bottom of the frame to just try to keep the dirt out, and to be honest, try to keep the cleaning down at Louisville.
Right. Yeah, we learn little tricks like that after you do a few seasons. So have you ever counted up all the LEDs on the trailer? You know how many's on here?
I know between the truck and the trailer, it's over 400 somewhere.
400. That's a bunch. Well, it looks stellar. Yep, that is one fine trailer there. Well, let's jump up here and check out the inside.
Let's do it.
Oh man, everything in here, Chad, is phenomenal. Like I said, love the whole truck, but in here is high impact. I mean, there is no wood grain left, no black plastic that comes from the Peterbilt factory. It's all been reworked. I mean, tell us a little bit about what you guys did in here. And it'll take a while to tell me everything.
We did. We pulled the dash panels out, which we do with a lot of our trucks when we're getting ready to paint them. And Cole looked at me, he said, "Are we going to take the full dash out?" And I told him, "It's now or never."
Right. So everything came out of the truck.
The inside of the cabin sleeper was nothing but sheet metal and wires.
Right.
And it was funny. My dad kept joking joking around about we were going to have to take it back to the factory to get it put back together.
On a tow truck.
But so then we took and we sanded all the texture.
Gone.
And that took forever. But we sanded the texture out of everything, and then painted everything. Custom fit the floor, put the stripe in the floor to match the outside, and then Portage Trim in Ravenna did our soft parts. They didn't have the truck. They'd never seen the truck in person. They saw some pictures, and this is what they came up with for the doors and the headliner, and they knocked it out of the park. I mean,
and they did that kind of carry in, carry out. The truck was never in their shop.
The truck was never in their shop. We took them pieces.
That's impressive. Yeah.
And they did an amazing job. We took Mikey. He painted everything in the cab here, and then Cole and I we tore the sleeper apart, and then he and I painted everything back there. And then the glittery pillows were my wife's touch.
I would have said that maybe a female was involved with that.
Yep, and I get more comments about those at a show than anything else in the interior.
Well, good choice on her part.
She did great.
Well done.
Yep.
Well done.
Absolutely.
Bravo. Yeah. You brought the cab lights in here, and this was another simple cheap trick, just putting a stainless plate to mount these instead of the factory dome lights, which are kind of drab.
You try to class it up a little bit, and
painted up a banjo 4-spoke steering wheel.
Yep.
Got probably Lifetime's pedals,
absolutely.
if I was guessing.
Lifetime.
Yep. Blinged up the shifter here with the Cummins logo. And my absolute favorite part of the whole truck is the tumbler that's painted to match and striped like the truck. If it didn't have your name, I might try to swipe it from you. But I'd get caught. I'd get busted.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, hats off, man. You guys rocked it in here. Got I see the sound system. I'm looking back here, seeing the subwoofer.
Yep, Kevin from Davis helped me out with that. He sent us what he thought we should have, and he was right.
They've got quite a reputation for the sound systems.
They do. They do a knockout job with it.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, it's incredible. I love the truck, especially the interior.
Well, thank you.
And the glittery pillows are awesome. So, X15 605, right? And you guys have done quite a bit of work under here.
We did the PDI chrome intake manifold, some custom piping from SH2.
Oh, that looks sharp.
This is the factory pipe. I stripped the paint off it and I buffed it.
There you go.
Most X15s you see, you have a big chunk of wiring goes through here.
Right.
Just covers this all up. And I stripped in between my dispatching phone calls, I stripped all the wiring off of this. I ran it all down underneath the intake manifold. I just wanted to clean it up.
Oh, I mean, you did it too.
For an emission motor, when you open the hood of a glider, it's clean, and it's tough to make an emission engine clean, and that's what we tried to do.
Factory air ride front axle, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep. And then you got your flip kit. You even polished out the cylinder there.
We did. Had to shine everything.
Let's hit the other side. So a lot of chrome-plated piping over here for sure.
Yeah. Again, the SH2 pipe here. Now this is all from PDI. This is their added turbo kit for the X15. This truck puts out about 700, 750 horsepower.
So how many miles you got on it now?
Just around 15,000.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I've not worked a trailer at all. The truck I've begun to work. I can't bring myself to put anything in a trailer yet.
Right.
But
so I mean, that's pretty radical engine work for something that's still that low of miles.
It is, and it's, I drive this myself when I go work. I've had it down in Kentucky, Tennessee working, which really makes pulling the hills nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And now this is all emission compliant.
Yeah, I've only seen one other functioning, like out in the workforce, add a turbo kit, other than this one. Yeah, so that's cool.
It does. It works great. I ended up putting a pyrometer on it because I was curious. This thing stays cool. It and it does. It runs good with no problems. Fuel mileage is good with it.
Good stuff. Well, Chad, I have enjoyed, first of all, the visit, getting to know you a lot better than I did previously. You, the crew, the family have got to be super proud of this unit, man. It stands tall. Any highway, any show you go to, you're looking good.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Well, hey, thanks for spending time, and you have a safe trip back home.
Well, thanks for having us.